Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back in the building. Hey, it's fight night. I'm not gonna be on here long, but wanted to come on here and of course, you know what I'm saying, continue to raise awareness. Yeah, this is raise awareness year. Yeah, I need to raise awareness of how special this year is gonna be. You know, with the fight cards that we got popping. Okay, regardless of what people wanna say about um the criticism or whatever. Criticism gonna come and go. It's all good, man. Criticism's gonna come and go. But ultimately, I'm just here to kind of raise awareness to the fight, the magnitude of it. And, one of the individuals, one half of the duel that's supposed to be fighting in September, now that the fight is made. Okay? Effectively immediately. Effective immediately is my due diligence to explain to you that Canelo Alvarez is indeed a freaking prima donna. And it's going to be some immediate awareness that Canelo has made it known that the reason why David Benavidez is not in his good graces because David Benavidez one nice grown ass man in his 30s. He don't want to give Benavidez a freaking payday because he wasn't nice. He talks trash about me. Well, so did Gennady Golovkin when you popped dirty. And you gave him a trilogy, yo. I know you was locked in. You had to give him the rematch, and you fucked that up because you popped dirty. But Gennady, I even put it up here on the screen. He was dogging you. Then you turn back around and give him a trilogy 7 fights later after the rematch. That's crazy. But you driving it home with Benavidez. I think it's a front there, Canelo. I think you're just using that as a masking agent. Let's talk about this a minute. Shout out to Christopher White in the building. What's going on with you, Chris? Salute to you, man. Just a guy on deck. What's good? 4-2 stand up. One love. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, man, for sure. Quiet is kept. I agree with your point of view 99% of the time more than I agree with anybody else's point of view. I appreciate that, man. Respect. Respect. I appreciate that. Let me take this down right quick and let's check out this article, okay? It says Canelo Alvarez explains why he won't give David Benavidez a fight. And I just feel this is so prima donna entitlement. I'm very much intoxicated off his entitlement, yo. It says Canelo Alvarez explained why he hasn't gave David Benavidez a fight, saying he's been disrespectful to him with how he's approached trying to get an opportunity. Alvarez says why he should give money to someone who used that tactic. Boy, and you think to yourself, why these modern day boxing casuals is so corrupt? Their sense of thinking when it comes to boxing is so distorted. Because you got Canelo, who's supposed to be accepting all challenges, right? You have everybody injecting helium in his already ginormous cranium. And he's making everything about money, yo. Everything is about money. He the one said that Demetrius Andrade want a payday. I know. That's what the system gets for supplying Canelo Alvarez with so much access to these big paychecks. And then you continue to give him paychecks when he's out here facing mediocre competition. It goes on to say, over the last few years, Benavidez has used constant pressure to push Canelo into giving him the fight he wants. He accused him of ducking him, questioned his legacy, and also mentioned that he had success sparring with Dimitri Bivol, a fight that Canelo lost to. So I'm saying, why would Canelo make it about something that's been apart? No, become a anti trash talking type of fighter. I mean, he's trash talk. It's crazy how I'm calling bullshit on Canelo, and it's so easy to. because Edgar Berlanga, Mr. Puerto Rico himself, he was trash talking Canelo. So this Benavidez shit he's talking about is a farce. It's frivolous, bro. It's just a reason for him to put up there because Canelo believes his fans, those gullible, not all of them, but the gullible fans, will believe anything he put out there. Berlanga, straight up, was talking shit about Canelo, and he still got the fight. But yet Benavidez, you're going to say, no, he's not going to get the fight because he's trash talking. He's not being nice. No, it's you picking and choosing. You're using that as a front. You're using it as a masking agent because you just don't want to fight Benavidez. You're a duck. It says Canelo's dismissal. Most fighters would have given up on trying to pressure Canelo for a fight if they were ignored, but not Benavidez. He's still talking about wanting to fight him, even though he's now fighting at 175. He sounds fixated on Canelo, which some fans find creepy. No, it's only creepy to you, goofball. It shows that Benavidez has grown accustomed to fighting whoever he wants without anyone saying no. When he finally meets someone who isn't interested, he can't mentally process and move on. He just keep pushing. See, that's false. That's what you get when you have people just up here just talking and putting their own insight into it, which it's not a problem, but sometimes it's just overboard. It's too much. You know, it's too much when you be putting all this damn malicious insight into these articles. That's all. I mean, they're very biased. You're trying to actually direct someone's, forward thinking based off your biased narratives. This is where it's getting interesting, right? When somebody approaches you like that and call you out like that, you don't need to give them any money. Said Canelo Alvarez to Ring Podcast about David Benavidez. At this point, I fought with all the champions and all the best out there. I can do whatever I want now. And I don't like the way he's approached to get the fight. So Canelo says he can do what he wants. But other fighters can't do what they want. Right? Repeat. Canelo says he can do what he wants, but other fighters can't do what they want. Who determines the percentage of doing what you want until it becomes a free-for-all, until it becomes open season? Who approves that? Please put that. Somebody inform me of that. Who approves that? What is there a governing body, or is a group of people organized, group? Who approves that? Or is it something that a boxer just automatically assumes when they get to a point, just like we go through as human beings when we get to puberty? Is it something like puberty that happens internal to our sense of thinking? Is it humanistically natural to figure this shit out? When do we get to that point, yo? Canelo up here just saying, I can do whatever I want. So why shouldn't some other fighters who got the experience that's been in the sport of boxing do what they want? What's wrong with them doing what they want? Come on, Canelo said he can do what he want, y'all. That's not cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not cool. Let's go. Keep it moving. I think he wanted to fight, and he's been respectful. Listen to this now. I think he's wanted to fight, and he's been respectful. I want Canelo, said Alvarez about Terrence Crawford, having been respectful of him about his approach to get the fight against him. It's funny how Jermell Charlo had to be respectful, even though he was going to get the fight regardless because his brother couldn't step in. Terrence Crawford, he has to be respectful. Edgar Berlanga, well, Hammy McGill, he's a freaking boxing mannequin. You know what I'm saying? He's a semi-clone. His facial expression never changes, so we don't know what artificial equipment that he actually have internal to his physical skeleton. All his skeletal system may not be real. For real, it might be a lot of artificial equipment, prosthetics, because Muhammad McGill don't freaking switch up his shit. That's why he got knocked out by Saras, because they forgot to download the updated program. But anyway, Edgar Berlanga wasn't nice to Canelo. He wasn't nice. He wasn't nice. We saw it on stage and all that. It wasn't nice, man. So I don't know where he gets off of this nice shit. Caleb Plant, he wasn't nice. You still gave him a fight. Why? Because you wanted that IBF title. Be honest with yourself. If it was all about attitude, you would have never gave Caleb Plant a freaking fight, but you wanted the motherfucking title, and you paid Caleb to get that title. What about Billy Joe Saunders, y'all? Was he super nice to Canelo? No. Why is he bringing this shit up against Crawford? Trying to say, oh, Crawford getting this fight because of me. I'm allowing him access. Nothing else. Turkey Al-Sheikh is not doing anything. It's because of me. Me only. Because Crawford's been kissing my ass. That's what he's trying to, I don't know. He's trying to give that impression. Give off that impression like that's what Crawford's been doing, being super nice to him. So that's why they get in the fight. Man, get out of here with that shit, bro. Yeah, people want to see the fight, and maybe they'll see the fight. We don't know, said Canelo about the clash between him and Terrence Crawford. Maybe they'll see that fight. I'm always open to good fight. He's really a good fighter with good abilities and everything. And maybe we'll see that fight. We don't know yet. So, you know, hearing Canelo say he's really a good fighter and good with good abilities and everything. This is not the same person that was on Sway in the morning talking about he's easy. I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing. He was the one that was talking trash about Crawford. Which prompted Crawford to do what? Respond on X and let the world know. Canelo been trash talking. He's been up there trash talking like it was cool, bro. You know, he been letting people know the reason why I don't want to fight Crawford because he's too small. It's nothing that he's done. And then, look, they haven't came close to basically having a press conference, right, for this fight, supposedly. Even though Bernie did drop the confirmation, Canelo Alvarez has recently mentioned that Crawford only has one good fight on his resume. So, like I said before, it's bullshit when he's sitting up here telling us that the reason why Benavidez ain't getting the fight because he's trash talking. But yet you're saying Crawford only has one good opponent on his resume. You're a hypocrite, man. Dipped in cinnamon. You're a hypocrite. Canelo's a hypocrite. He's an entitled hypocrite, bro. A lot of these boxing fans kiss his ass because they're trying to live vicariously through his lifestyle. You need to man up. You ain't Canelo. You don't have his riches. You don't have the money that he's made. A lot of you all kiss his ass because you feel like you're a part of something. You get in these groups, and majority of the group might be going for Canelo, and you just want to follow along and say, "Oh man, I'm gonna act like I'm a Canelo fan because I don't want to. This is the type of energy I want to do. I want to talk shit. I want to act like I'm a part of something. I want to be a part of this excursion. I want them to continue to talk about Canelo and his good graces." These people today, these boxing fans think spiritually they're going to be blessed. You know, if they go in there and say nice, complimentary, you know what I'm saying, just something small every time they jump in these chats about Canelo, they're going to stay in boxing good graces. But he's been trash talking Crawford already. He trash talked fighters plenty of times. But now it's all about, hey, I fought who I fought, and I can do what I want. And, you know, he's did some things by moving up, you know what I'm saying, in divisions and taking these challenges. Cool. I identify that. But also with that identification of Canelo, you have to hold true to your integrity, bro. You have to hold true to your integrity. When other fighters are attempting to remediate the exact same thing that you're doing, You can't sit up here and act like it never exists all of a sudden. No, bro, you got to stand on your integrity, man. You can't sit up here and act like nobody else can do it but you until you leave the sport, and then it's okay. It's okay, okay. Your turn. Ven aquí, amigo, aquí. Man, come on now. You act like nobody else can do it. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They can do it the same way you did it. Man, they can go up there and challenge themselves and get to a point and be like, yeah, I'm looking back at all I accomplished and I can do what I want to do right now. We can say the same thing for Crawford. You know what I'm saying? If it was easy, everybody would have did it already. When Crawford was on the pound for pound in the 4-belt era, the only other two fighters was in the middleweight division. He was chilling up there by himself, 140-pounder. And then everybody else started turning on, oh man, no shit, undisputed meter. Ding 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 dong. Ding dong. The doorbell started ringing. They all of a sudden they want to unify. I want to be undisputed. Yes, I want to be undisputed. That's a cool thing. Crawford's on there. And then, you have all these people piling on the undisputed list and the 4 sanctioning bodies. And then Crawford does it the first out of the male fighters. How can he not? As long as he's been on the pound for pound list. Let's look at it this way, to the newer era. Let's look at it this way. So the amount of time that Crawford's been on the pound for pound list, you're trying to tell me there's no allowable credit given for the tenure that he served? Like he doesn't get a TIS like we get in the military, time in service? His service on the pound for pound list, you trying to tell me it's no credit for that? Yeah, of course it has to be credit. Of course it has to be credit. So when you hear Canelo Alvarez talking about Crawford does nothing, he don't get nothing, of course he does, because, both of these guys has been on there for a lengthy amount of time. So, of course, you just don't hang out on the pound for pound list if you ain't doing something special. I'm talking about as long as Crawford. We have seen the likes and names of Lomachenko hang out with no belt. That, my friends, doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But I guess favoritism, ran his course, and finally, somebody pulled a chair from underneath Lomachenko and got him up out of there. So you sat here for too long, Lomachenko. Get the fuck out right now, dude. They kicked his ass out. He get beat, and they tried to keep him up there because they thought Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko was going to fight again. So he's the only fighter up there with no belt. Anyway, it ain't about him. Let's stick to Canelo. I just want to challenge Canelo to do better heading up to this fight. It's no rehydration clause. I wonder who was bitching and complaining about that. Or it might have just both. Just go in there and say, hey, I don't have no stipulations on that, No rehydration clause, cool. I'm cool with it. I'm not going to hold you on that. Okay, cool. No rehydration clause. Now I'm hearing there's debate, discussion about ring size. You know what I'm saying? Ring size, y'all. Who would have thought ring size? I'm hearing discussion about ring size. Why would Canelo need to have a fighter like Crawford? Check this out. Why would Canelo need a ring size to be 20 or below for a fighter like Crawford? If you are in there with a fighter that they deem 38 years old already, which he's 37, he'll be 38 in September. You know what I'm saying? But they already saying he's 38. Crawford is an older fighter, And Canelo has said, that he's this, that, and the other. But one thing we know for sure, Canelo has proven to us that he can take a loss. He's not invincible. But why would a ring size matter? Why would you be up here advocating for a smaller ring for Crawford, the older fighter? Everything has to be. I guess that falls within your list of accomplishments, right? I guess the depth of your accomplishments, any opposition with the caliber of Crawford, you got to see if he can swim. You want to take him down the boxing aquatics. You want to take him to the deep end. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're not going to talk about rehydration clause, but yet we're going to talk about this ring. 22 would be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because, Canelo, they say Canelo's going to walk Crawford down the whole fight. And Canelo going in there, if this is indeed have any type of validity, if he wants a smaller ring, 20 or even below that, that's crazy, bro, because you're saying that you are the one. You are at the top. You are the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? You are the top of the food chain. But you have to make modifications. You have to request a modification. I hope that's not the fact. I'm not saying Canelo did, but if that is indeed one of the ongoing negotiables that's up right now, I don't like it. And it doesn't make sense to me if Canelo says he's the man. If you say you're the man, why do you need to reduce the ring size down to somewhere around 20? Y'all know I'm making sense with this. Like, how much praise can a fighter get? But yet, when he goes into negotiation, it doesn't seem like he's the same fighter that you all are speaking on. I mean, Canelo's supposed to be this guy that can't be stopped, can't be touched, can't be rocked. You know what I'm saying? Every time his name come up, these cats act like Canelo's list of criticism is non-existent. Like I said before, it does exist because, Dimitri Bivol defeated him. And then they're going to tell you, oh, he was daring to do something great. At least he did it. Crawford didn't do it. No. He's requesting to do it now. And hear me out, y'all. You know that I've said sometime before that I cover boxing and MMA, even though a lot of my time is in boxing, right? I want to show you something else to prove a point that when it comes to the boxing thought process, right? Some of these fans, not all, some, I think they're pretty much stagnated or purposely limiting themselves and expanding their thought process to be more intellectually inclined when it comes to boxing education. It is your option. If you are healthy enough to process and your cognitive meters are always to the right and you're running on all cylinders, why do they continue to act like challenges don't exist when it comes to their unfavorable fighter? It's bullshit. Let me show you something right quick, okay? Let me show you how a fighter did something that in boxing they'll continue to bitch and complain about it, bro. But in MMA, let's go to Conor McGregor right quick. All right? Let's go to Conor McGregor. Let's go down here to Conor McGregor's. Let's go all the way down to here. Let's fan that out. Okay. Education. Featherweight in MMA is 145 pounds. I know in boxing, when you're talking about the high mid 140s to upper, it's welterweight. Okay? Different weight in MMA. Mentally, If you use the same type of program that is failing some of you cats right now in boxing, you would look at this and you couldn't fathom. You say, huh? 145 is featherweight. No, in boxing, featherweight is 126. MMA is so, you know what I'm saying? You can't fathom change. You can't fathom restructuring. You can't you can't fathom a different setup, a different type of format. Look at this right here, Dennis Silver. This is Conor McGregor. He fought Dennis Silver. 5 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Goes the same for the men and the women. That's another thing that boxing lacking. They keep on thinking that women can't fight 3 minutes per round. In the UFC, the women's fight 5 minutes per round. All championship fights are 5 minutes per round. That's why the mixed martial arts and women, they talk their trash sometime. Anyway, he fought him. Conor McGregor fought Dennis Silver at 145 pounds, okay? Look, check this out. This was January 18, 2015. Okay? Then he moves up from a council fight for Jose Aldo, and he fight Chad Mendes. Okay? This is still in the featherweight division. Chad Mendes, 140 pounds. Chad Mendes right here, 145 pounds. This is Conor McGregor. And that was July 11, 2015. Oh, that same year, in December, after stopping Chad Mendes in round 2, Conor McGregor moves on and fight December 12, 2015. Another what? 5-rounder. He fights Jose Aldo for the UFC Featherweight Championship, yo. He knocks him out in 13 seconds, but that's not the reason why I'm telling you this. It's what he does after. Let's look at this. This was 145, okay? December 2015. The first semester, the first quarter of 2016, council fight with Rafael dos Anjos. Then, look, March 5th, 2016, new opponent, 170 pounds, 25 pounds heavier than 145 pounds that he was fighting over there at featherweight. He fought Nate Diaz at 170 pounds. This is mixed martial arts. And the reason why he lost because Nate Diaz is one of those BJJ black belts, and Conor McGregor gassed out. He had the wrong plan, even though it was a hell of a fight while it lasted for those 2 rounds. But he jumped up 25 pounds, y'all. Let's go back down here, right? December 12th, 2015. Then he took the fight with Nate Diaz. March 5th, 2016 now. Jose Aldo, December 2015. I hear people talk about Crawford. Crawford need 9 months for Canelo. December 12th, 2015. He fought Jose Aldo. Council fight with Rafael dos Anjos. He goes up there and fight Nate Diaz in March. That's like 3 motherfucking months, if that. He goes to 170 welterweight and fight Nate Diaz. Not only that, he loses. He comes back later on in the year for a rematch. August 20th. What weight? 170 pounds. Hold on. It gets better. You know how they say in boxing all the time? Oh, man, losing weight, man, is this, that, and the other. See, they're going to say that this is not a good analogy, a solid analogy by WCS because, you know, MMA, they use the 8 limbs. They're not just punching in the head. When it comes to boxing, we just have to take it a bit more serious. You know what I'm saying? We have to take this a bit more serious because curriculum is different. You know, we have limitations at the belt line and our target area from the belt line up. MMA, they have different target areas and all this. I get it. I get it. But they still have striking that exists. And look, he beat Nate Diaz August 20th, 2016. In November the same year, 2016, he drops back down to 155. And he knocks out Eddie Alvarez, bro. Legendary shit. And over here in boxing, they keep on talking like, oh, that can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. Conor McGregor did some legendary shit. And look, he came over to the UFC already with 2 losses. That shit right here that I just told you was legendary, bro. That's what ultimately got him to fight with Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor's name was buzzing so much. I'm talking about every time you turned around, people was talking about how he knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. And then look, moved up from 145 to 170, beat Nate Diaz in the rematch, and then dropped back down to 55. And he didn't take no 9 months for one fight to gain weight for damn 170 pounds. From 145 to 170, yo. 145 to 170. This dude, you're talking about in a short period of time he did, under 3 months. Crazy. But they say it can't be done. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna talk about the striking disciplines. They're gonna talk about the frequency, y'all, on how mixed martial artists go about their striking disciplines. You know, they're gonna tell you all these freaking these type of bloviated excuses just to try to make themselves, look a certain way about boxing. You have people out here who are great. They're above average. They even greater than those who are great. You have human beings out there. That's why you have records. There's been those who are considered to be somewhat immortal. They're way better. Their mindset is different. And if Conor McGregor can move up from 45 to 70, 25-pound difference, fight twice up there, then drop back down to 155. Do the math. Do the math, bro. Do the math. Dropping back down 15 pounds? Huh? Come on, man. Nobody's talking about 2 and 3 months to properly cut weight. He's going in there with a championship fight right off his win with Nate Diaz. He moved back down to fight Eddie Alvarez for his 155-pound lightweight championship. And he gets it done. The first 2-division champion of the UFC. But yet when it comes to this fight with Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez is saying you got to be super nice to him. You know what I'm saying? Then you have people out here saying, hey, we don't even know if the fight going to happen. There's still a chance that it cannot happen. You have more people out here not wanting the fight happen rather than saying, I really want to see these two settle the score inside the square. That's what I want to see. It's boxing at the end of the day. Not what you believe Crawford can't do, shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say, let's see both of these fighters in this era fight each other. Because if you continue to talk like you don't want to see the fight, then you're further. Only thing you're doing is just taking out the shovels and you're digging deeper and deeper and you're driving these damn misleading wedges in the sport. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see growth with the boxing fans. You want them to continue to have that period of illiteracy. You don't want them to learn. You don't want them to be able to debate shit that's incorrect. You want them to stay in the herd mentality based off what you keep telling them. I thought if a fighter is attempting to challenge themselves in a feat that's not normally executed out here in the sport of boxing like this, going up 2 weight divisions. Now, look, it's not like it hasn't been done. Ban Rodriguez did it. Shout out to just Ban Rodriguez. I didn't see the goddamn picket lines and the motherfucking protesters and the cardboard running out of Walmart, people making posters and shit. I didn't see them protesting Ban Rodriguez when he was doing that. I did not hear anyone complain about Rodriguez moving up 2 divisions. Did you? Did y'all hear that? I didn't hear it, bro. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it when Adrian Broner did it. Did y'all were y'all out there protesting when AB did it? When AB moved from 35 to 47, did y'all protest? Because he did it. He did the exact same thing Mikey Garcia did. He just did it some time before. But did y'all protest though? Did y'all protest Mikey Garcia moving up 2 divisions and facing a guy that was on the pound for pound list now? Now, I would think Crawford would get a bit more credit in doing this because both of these guys are on the pound for pound list, right? Both of them on the pound for pound. So I would think you would be more encouraged to say, let me promote this. Let me promote this with some vigor. Let me act like I'm motivated to see this fight. I'm happy. Let me put it out there in with some decorum. Hey, let me show the people how demure I am, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting, right? Crawford's challenging himself just like others have done, but in his particular case, he has a heavy briefcase of accolades that he's carrying throughout 2025 into one of the biggest collisions that we've seen in boxing, fighting another fighter that is supposed to be the face of boxing. He's supposed to be the cash cow of boxing. He's for a long time was in front of Crawford on the pound for pound list. He's supposed to be this unbeatable guy all of a sudden, even though he's been beat. When it comes to Crawford, they refuse to give him his credit based off his what he's shown you in the ring, and the fact that he's teachable. He's a student. We've seen how he was steadily listening to Brian Bomack in there with Errol Spence. He was listening. I mean, one of the best, little short clips you can see out there with a trainer providing instructions to a fighter who hears them and go out and executes. I mean, what's the purpose of a trainer delegating instructions if the fighter is not going out there and executing? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it is up to the fighter. They're the one that's actually inside the ropes, and the 3 judges outside are scoring them fighting and not their team. But, he has shown that he's a student. I would think boxing fans would be like, man, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez. Wow, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez. Bomac McIntyre, Terrence Bud Crawford. Man, that right there is one for the boxing annals. Man, this is unbelievable. You would think boxing fans, bro. Oh my God. You would think it would be a room full of glee, happiness, joy. You know what I'm saying? They'd be up there talking about, oh my God, this is what we've been waiting for. This is a super fight. Whether people want to identify it as such and stamp their approval, this is a super fight. You have 2 of the best fighters of this era. And also, they have absolutely a perfect attendance record for years on the pound for pound list. This is a fight where people should just say, we want to see it. But all I'm hearing from a lot is that Crawford's going to get knocked out. He's too small. These are more so people who are still in anguish about what happened, in 2023. I get it, man. Real talk, I do get it, people. I get it. Let me get to the chat right quick. Let me get to the chat and see who in the chat. Shout out to Don Vaughn, man. What it do, man? What you up to, bro? Swat Jones on deck. What it do, man? I see you. Canelo don't want any part of David Benavidez. Canelo dodged questions about David like corrupt preacher being asked about the collection plate. Or one of the pregnant wives is out there, in the congregation. And her husband has been clipped quite some time ago. And word has spread that it might be yours, Pastor. If you can elaborate on that. Everything you're saying makes sense. I appreciate it. Adam on deck, he said Canelo just doesn't want to say the truth. I'm scared. I mean, Canelo is fronting, man, with this money shit. That has been his go-to, his face card, y'all. Canelo's face card at this stage in his career has been to make it seem like fighters want to come to him for a paycheck. Clearly, we have heard boxing as a business over and over again. Clearly, right? Clearly, we have been in so many discussions about numbers. Hey, what is so-and-so? A side, B side. Who's this? Who's that? How much that person should get. Clearly, fighters are getting punched in the freaking dome, and they're here to make a living. This is their profession. It's not a time that you would hear fighters across the board saying some dumb shit like the other guy said. Oh, it ain't about the money. Money didn't make me. Man, please fight for free then. Give up 98% of your purse to your opponent if it don't mean nothing to you. Chris say Canelo has the president of boxing on his side. He could do whatever he wants. Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman will go to life and death for freaking Canelo. I get it. But Chris, this is the way I see it. Canelo has to start taking accountability, big dog. Canelo has to take accountability for sitting up here talking foolish. Boxing is supposed to be turning the corner. Not turning the corner and falling in a sinkhole. They supposed to be turning the corner and saying we're leaving that part of the rearview mirror, that road travel behind us. Now when we turn this corner, we have a new direction we're going. That's where we're trying to go with boxing. But it's certain people that don't want to see change. Don Vaughn, salute WCS. Salute to you, man. Canelo can duck anyone he wants. It seems that way. Tony on deck, what's good? Canelo not going to get past Bud. Well, some people, I don't sit up here and demand, the chat, the hottest in the game, to support, every fighter that I support. But to the ones who do support Crawford, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we have no hesitation in telling you that we believe Crawford can go in there and defeat Canelo. I have no reservation, not one breath of doubt that Crawford can go in there and beat Canelo. This is a true 50-50 fight. Even the betting odds is coming out and have that shit close. And the fight hasn't even had its first press conference, and they up here giving you some little betting odds and talking about plus 100 for Crawford, minus 110 for Canelo. What? That's damn near even right now. Canelo is a lame. I remember he said the third time he fought Triple G, it was personal. Didn't he? You're right about that. He said it was personal. Hey, Don, how can it be personal when he was calling Canelo out on popping for clenbuterol when they was heading into their rematch? Get out of here. Canelo, you tripping. It was personal because he was always talking crap about him, send him a straight hypocrite. Absolutely. Call it for what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Call it for what it is, bro. Shout out to Honor Brown on deck, man. What's good? WCS, salute to you in the hottest chat in the MF and gang. A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. I appreciate you, man, for sure. I have a feeling that Canelo would do what De La Hoya did to Mayweather with the gloves and the ring size. Hey, we're going to see. We're going to see. Hey, Chris, but we know what happened in that fight. Hey. Sometimes you can put all the limitations you want, but when it comes down to the heat, the temperature, I'm just talking about the what they call that shit, the force that's around something of this magnitude. Certain things can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? It was Floyd time to shine through all of what Oscar was trying to do. The ringside, you got to prove that you're a great fighter by making great decisions, and that's a plus that Crawford has when making adjustments. When Crawford make adjustments, they're efficient. They're very proficient, efficient, and proficient adjustments that he make. You know what I'm saying? So that's a plus on Crawford's side. And Team Canelo has nothing but to respect it. He can say he only fought one good opponent all he wants, but he knows he's in there with a top level fighter that is great just like he is. I'm calling it now. Canelo would be one of Bud's easiest fight. I don't see Bud getting out of first gear. Damn, no you didn't. No you ain't. Man, somebody stop it. No, you ain't, man. You ain't saying he ain't getting out of first gear, man. Do you know that that's just being selfish and we still in January to say that on a public forum, dog? Do you know how many people, man, come on, they're going to be feeling some type of way on Sunday, Shaw, man, for real. You're going to send them to church, man, feeling some type of way. Blue Hustle in the building. What's good, man? He said Crawford ain't going to get out of first gear. It's going to be that easy. Look, they say he didn't get out of first gear with Arrow. You know, Bomac was like, hey, we waiting on a fighter to come in there and take and force Bud to you know, like they said they had plan A, B, C, and what? They didn't even get out of A. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, he's like, we're looking for a fighter that can take us, you know, and have us go to plan A, B, C. We want the test. How can you dislike a fighter that wants the test? And then you have a fighter who's being challenged, but all of a sudden he's trying to convince the people that, oh, so-and-so, you know, he just want a payday. And Crawford, you know, the reason why he's getting this fight is because he's nice. Crawford haven't disrespected me. But just like Don just mentioned, Triple G disrespected the shit out of you when you popped 30 for Clinton Buterol. And absolutely, he said heading into the trilogy, it was personal. Bullshit. Canelo been poking at the honey badger from Nebraska like Bud said, remember what you said. Oh yeah, man. He gonna have to come see him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to come see the man. Why every time Bud moves up, all of a sudden they're weight classes for a reason. But for everyone else, they chasing legacy weirdos. Man, bro, you ain't never, ever, ever said the truth. God damn. You know, it seems like the whole language. Look, it seems like this, Don. It seems that like there's a language barrier when Crawford does shit. People forget how to translate shit. You know, they gonna talk about, oh, his weight classes for a reason, man. You know, why would he do something like that? I mean, the gap is just tremendous, man. He's gonna get hurt. No, man. You know what I'm saying? You have fighters that have lower namesake, so to speak, when it comes to popularity in boxing than Crawford. And they're doing something people say, oh man, that's a legacy fight right there. That's what they supposed to. That's a legacy fight. What's going on, Conquest? How you feeling, man? I still need to see Loma, DD214, and Service Awards. You know, I mean, I told you, man, I think he went on vacation over there. You know what I'm saying? I think he was over there on vacation. I ain't never went to combat and came back with goddamn 6 or 7 suitcases like I was shopping on Rodeo Drive, a.k.a. Rodeo. Boxing Magic on deck said Canelo walks everyone down and beats them violently. Well, I'm going to assume that you're older than 2 years old. Okay, I'm just saying you're close to the critical period of learning, but you haven't quite got there yet. Because you say some bullshit like that, I have to say, damn. Let me take a wild guess. You know, because if you've been paying close attention, I know there's grown adults out here that also will fake the funk and try to say some dumb shit. But all you got to do is look at his last 3 opponents and know that that's not true. Violently? No, let's go back to the Groupon. Canelo Groupon. 1 knockdown, complimentary of Canelo Alvarez, and you get to see the final tick of the fight. He's not violently doing shit. And stop saying just because Crawford walking in there, he's going to close him out and knock him out. Where's all this knockout power in his last several fights? Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxer Jazz, and more the OG in the building. What's good with it? Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, on deck in the building. Salute at WCS, my big bro in the chat. Salute to you, man. Hope all is well, man. Smoking mirrors. Yeah, definitely. He's already did something that no one else has done. That's why he's being talked about as much as he is. I mean, come on, man. We don't need a professor to break this shit down. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to call on Bruce Gas to break this shit down, man. I mean, come on. It's why do we have records back in boxing? Why do we have individual names that we continue to highlight for their achievement and accolades? And they wasn't even in the modern era of boxing. Why do we always reference these names? Because they were extremely better than just average. They was considered great to the greatest. That's why we use their name as references when we're talking about certain analogies that we want to use comparable to the fighters today. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Bud gonna stop Canelo in the building, man. I see you. Marshall Applewitz out there in space. Canelo said he hasn't fought nobody at first. Then he said he only brings 25 extra pounds. Now he's mean to me. I know it's just gonna keep on getting worse for this guy, man. You know, he's up there doing some freaking dick swinging with him and freaking Edgar Berlanger doing some OnlyFans shit out to the damn public. You know what I'm saying? Doing some provocative, inappropriate OnlyFans gesturing up there at the press conference. But I can assure you this. You won't see that coming from Bud Crawford. You won't see none of that suspectness coming from Bud Crawford. For real. What has Benavidez done to make people think he's some kind of legacy matchup for Canelo? If it wasn't for people claiming Canelo is ducking him, nobody would ever talk about him. I look at it this way, man. You know how they said, first time shame on you, second time shame on me, right? For some reason, man, Benavidez, as young as he is, I don't know if they believe he's in his 30s or whatever, but Benavidez is going to get his fame one way or the other. Sometimes it's better to get it out the way early in your career, like so many fighters is fucked up early in their career, than to do it later on in your career when the fight of a higher magnitude is falls out due to your negligence. If Benavidez would have dropped his belts, tested for coke, or missed weight later on in his career, and Canelo was his opponents, and I can see how I can feel certain way. Like, for instance, example, Charlos, right? The Charlos used to be mad at Dimitri Andrade because they say he tried to, up the price in negotiations at the last minute. So they kind of like blackballed him, so to speak, from ever fighting him just because he did that. And we don't know. They still haven't fought. Demetrius Andrade still haven't fought Charlo since then. You know what I'm saying? But Benavidez, yeah, he said he was bored during the damn pandemic, and he did some coke. The dope man was freaking open with his mask on and everything. I got it for the low, 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 low. I got it for the low, low. He had it for the low, low for the Mexican Monster. And then with the weight, listen, I give him the BOD, the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because he was a chubby kid. And it's just tough not to go back, to have some type of residue from that. You know what I'm saying? He was a chubby kid, bro, that was whooping ass. And there's been several fighters that miss weight. Several fighters in the sport. That doesn't mean your career's over. I mean, come on, man. I can see if you was Richard Franklin or something. Taking off your glove and freaking taking a sucker shot. It's so many other drastic measures that I can say fighters can get suspended for than what David Benavidez. I think he should get a fight with Canelo after Crawford is done with him. You know what I'm saying? After Crawford, because guess what? When Crawford beats Canelo, you know who they're going to be talking about? Because they may potentially have a rematch in there. But if by chance they don't have a rematch, Crawford beats Canelo, you know who they're going to be calling, right? And now Crawford, oh, man, I didn't think you could do it, but goddamn fight Benavidez now. Fight Benavidez. Fight Usyk. Oh, my God, man. For real, bro. Look, I salute Canelo if it's indeed true. Him moving down. I mean, him fighting Skull. Doubling back to get his IBF title that was stripped from him. I respect that. But I would respect him just a bit more if he just stopped making all these excuses like a prima donna. Now, I'm tired of hearing this prima donna shit you got going on. Like you wearing a tiara, bro. Like, come on, man. Take the little bells off your shoes, man. You're not a kid no more. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you're a grown fucking man, bro. Everybody knows who you are, Canelo. Everybody. So since everybody knows who you are, when you make comments like this, they're not going to be respected in high regard. They're going to say, damn, you acting like a little spoiled little brat, man. You acting like, now it's all about being a narcissist, an impulsive narcissist. It's okay I don't like getting into money, but goddamn, Turkish said 100, Canelo said 150. Who's really looking for a retirement check? Look, Canelo get that ass beat by Crawford. I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's going to take the rematch. Because the world would have seen what they seen. They don't want to see Canelo. It's going to be the same. Crawford ruined Spence rematch. People just didn't want to see Spence return to the ropes. And then even Spence going to the doctors to get cleared. They probably say, hey, is there any way you can tell these people with you, Spence? They'll play your team. Is there any way I can talk to you in private? You don't mind? Oh, anything you got to say, you can say it in front of it. I know that. I figured you was going to say that. But I just want to talk to you in private right quick. That's all. It's not gonna take long. Anything you say, they are family. You can say. I say, hey, okay, cool. It's not looking good, man. There are some bulbs that's not on the left and right hemisphere. Some bulbs are not on. They're not firing anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can blame Crawford for that. It's been a long road to get him back to the square, all because 5 years. You got to ask yourself, was it just based solely on Crawford beating up Spence in the manner for which he did, or let's hey, check this out, or I mean, I just want to try to make sure I word this correctly. What was it? Just because of Crawford and how the punishment was devied out devied out to Spence that caused that, or was it all the hatred that Crawford digested and he never let the shit go, all the slave comments and all that? Was he driven off a different type of fuel outside of the average, cylinders and petrol that you run on when you go into a fight? What did the fans contribute to the ass whooping that Crawford delivered July 29th? And then, is Canelo head down the same road if he continued to take these little shots at Crawford? Is he heading down the same road? I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because Crawford go in there and beat goddamn Canelo, they definitely going to be saying, "Oh, I want you to fight Benavidez now. Fight Benavidez. If he beats Benavidez, then he the man." No, he already the man before he came in here. He went in there and knocked the cinnamon out of Canelo, right? And if I had to give any recommendations, I would just say, hey, just retire, bro. Just retire 42-0. And the last fighter that was on your resume was Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Leave him out there. Solo dolo. Jones say facts. I want Bud to go in there and get him. Canelo would not want damn near 200 mil if he wasn't so confident. No way requesting that much to fight. Easy work. Don't sound like you think it's easy. You know what I think Canelo believe is easy? Is the paycheck there, Jones. That's why he's saying what he's saying. Canelo is looking at the pay. He said, I did everything I did, I can do what I want. So the prima donna, Canelo, he's saying, I can do what I want now. I fought all the champions. I did what I had to do. I can do what I want now. Y'all can't stop me. Now he want to play this game and make it seem about money. Everybody want to come up there. It's a nasty game he playing, though. He want to make it seem like it's about money, money, money. For real. That's what he want y'all to think. It's about money, money. Everybody wants a payday with him. Well, shit. Isn't that what they supposed to want? Along with going in there, putting you on their record in the win column. They trying to win, some of them. I don't know if Edgar Berlanga was trying to. I don't know if Munguia was trying to win. I don't know. I don't know if freaking Charlo was winning. I don't know if John Ryder was winning. Wanted to win. I think Triple G. I mean, somewhere deep in the cobwebs. You know what I'm saying? I think Triple G might have wanted to try to shock the world in the trilogy, but they just couldn't provide or generate electricity to those common areas that has now went dark. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. Them cobwebs was there, and they couldn't spark up any type of damn current. He just couldn't get it done, period. Bud surgical off that back foot. I think Bud gonna take the route. Hey, Bud gonna have Canelo, very cautious about coming through the front door, just like Bivol was. I'm telling you. Hey, Canelo is no joke, man. Crawford's no joke. I'm gonna talk my shit all the way from here into the fight, but no way am I saying that Crawford goes in here and knocks. I can't say he's gonna knock him out. Like if you listen to what I said about Spence, I say he has a high possibility of getting a TKO, the referee stoppage. The reason why I said that is because for one, if the fight ends on the feet, it looks better for a rematch. But goddamn it, Crawford. Why, Bud? Why? Bud went in there and destroyed that man. I mean, I can't go back on my word and say, you know what, this was an opportune time, Crawford, for you to play with your food. Damn, just go back as a kid and play with your food, dog. Showtime would have said, you know what? They went into the 12th round. Let's give it another shot. Hey, Spence, you good? You gonna be ready by December? Yeah, I'm gonna be good. Yeah, okay, cool. But you good? Yeah. We would have seen the December. But Crawford went in there and cleaned his MF and plate. Damn. He went in there and cleaned the shit. You know how you back in the day, those of you that can relate, you know how you had some spaghetti, some good spaghetti, that pasta with the thick sauce on it, meatballs, mushrooms, sausage in it. Oh my God, it's nice. You got that Texas toast. Crawford goddamn ate up everything that was on his plate. And the sauce, the remaining sauce, man, he cleaned his plate so good. It looked like, goddamn, it came out the dishwasher. He cleaned Errol Spence too damn good. And the odds don't lie. In that particular scenario, the conclusion, the odds didn't lie, bro. We couldn't get the rematch. Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, they're gonna go back to that fight, right? They're gonna go back and do film study when they're not drinking, and they're gonna go back and do film study when they are drinking, and they're gonna try to process certain areas of that fight that stand out to them in both states of mind. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, they're gonna try to do that shit. Hey, give me another cup. Give me another shot of tequila. Come on now. Give me another lemon drop. Mikey, come over here, man. Come over here, man. I want you to see something just like you did when you went up there and fought Arrow, man. Tell me what you didn't see. What you seen initially and what you didn't see once you start getting punched in the face. Come on, tell me, Mikey. You weird for saying that because he fought Belanga, but Benavidez beat everyone in front of him. And he never lost the belt in the ring. Now, he never lost. He was never beat. But one thing I know Canelo's not trying to fight him because he definitely took full advantage of scooping up that WBC title when Benavidez did not no longer had it in his possession. He took full advantage. That's like the worst. Like you went up there and fought for a vacant, empty title, and you never beat the champion. And when Benavidez's name comes up now, it's so bad with Canelo that Canelo was over there telling the people over there, that particular specific promotion, that he didn't want to answer no questions about no motherfucking Benavidez. Crazy. He was out there giving orders. I don't want to answer any questions about no goddamn Benavidez, okay? So it was a slap in the face because Canelo swooped in and took that man's belt without even fighting him. Wow, what an opportunist. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. That's a good point. Bud gonna stop Canelo. I mean, I see where Andrew coming from. It's a little harsh. Like I said before, you know, they're gonna have their opinions, man. And look, y'all opinions are not always gonna be delicate. It's not. It's not, man. You know what I'm saying? The way y'all think, it's not gonna be delicate. Sometimes it's gonna be abrasive. It's gonna be outside the boundary of conformity. People are gonna get upset, agitated. They're gonna have some inflammation. Yeah, I get it. It's boxing talk. That's what these topics do, bro. Shout out to Jessica the Queen in the building. What's good? Jessica rolling the building. Everybody start with it. Hey Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? I see you on there. Quang, 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 quang. People could be eat. Oh, hold up. Shit, let me wash my hand. I got goddamn say what's up with Jessica. Say hello. You know, put some boxing gloves on. You know, strong arm and all that. Jones said, Mikey speak fluent hypocrisy. It's a talent to keep a straight face and say what he was saying. Yeah, man. Mikey said he saw something. Hey, man. I'm pretty sure Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, they're gonna do what they have to do. For some reason, man, some reason I believe that Canelo is not a breath in him that's taking this fight lightly. I know sometimes, fighters have to be shown rather than told. Like if you hear me up here telling Canelo, he's not gonna believe me because he's gonna say, first of all, you're outside the ring and you're not a fighter, you ain't did anything. So if I was to tell him what Crawford was gonna do, he wouldn't believe me. He'd just say, oh, you just going off emotions, you going off fanism and all this shit. But for Canelo out his mouth, he continues to say what the other guys were saying. They say Crawford ain't fought nobody. They was gonna break him like Kunta. So when it came down to the actual showtime, under the bright lights, things didn't work out the same way that they believe. I wonder is Canelo, seriously, he understands the severity of this fight is dangerous. And is he, and how small Crawford is, not factoring in that he is stronger than he looks. A part of me want to say that Canelo's not doing that. A part of me is saying that him and Eddie Reynoso is going to take this fight serious. But I do believe that Canelo's mindset, him moving up divisions higher than Crawford, who's never attended these divisions, I think he's looking at it like, there's no way this guy can beat me. I've done too much in my. You know how he keep mentioning now he's done so much. That's why he can say what he want. He can pick and choose. I think Canelo is saying I fought fighters that is bigger than Crawford. I fought fighters who I consider better than Crawford. There's no way Crawford can beat me. He may be saying that just like, I remember Derrick James being asked, hey, what do you think about the knockout streak that Crawford's on? And he quickly shut that down. Hey, man, I don't think Eddie Reynoso and Canelo is going to be so short-tempered. But something's telling me that they may be taking the light part of him, being light in the ass. Because you keep on hearing the same people say what? Crawford's moving up. Depending on where you at. He's moving up 3 divisions. He's moving up 2 divisions. No, it's 3 divisions. 2 divisions. No, it's 3 divisions. Depending on where you at now. Canelo helped stop anyone since his hand surgery. Factual. Hey, bro, man, I don't want to keep asking people the same question. I already had, somebody on here saying that it's going to be an easy fight. He ain't getting out of first gear. Boy, it's still so early. Oh, my God, it's so early. I'm not trying to cause riots and chaos, goddammit, but damn. Let it get within the 60-day range. Before you say he ain't getting out of first gear, man, come on. It's people about to crash out over that, bro. Yeah, Mike and Danny saw something, man. We just don't know if they had their eyes closed and it was a mental picture, or were their eyes open fully, and the vision that they seen. I don't know what it was. I mean, also I didn't have Vada with me to make sure they wasn't coming from happy hour. You know what I'm saying? They might have been a little loopy, a little dizzy, buzz. They might have just been coming out, man, and I don't know, man. They might have came out that went to their, presser and shit. That's what Mikey's saying. He sees something. What he saw was a glove to the face. That's what he's seeing. Yeah, Bud gonna have to show Canelo like he did Spence. Absolutely. He gonna have to show not only Canelo. This is different. He need to show these Canelo fans that he is the truth. No point intended to the other guy. I'm just saying. He has to prove it to him through curriculum. He has to be a teacher, a professor. Hey, in the post fight, I want to hear Canelo when asked the question. Well, it was so much talk of Crawford moving up 2 weight divisions that it might somehow play a factor in you having an easy go tonight. But from what we seen tonight, that turned out not to be true. What do you have to say about that, Canelo? Not much. Crawford, I said he's a good fighter. I said that. We have rematch. Yeah, rematch. So I think I go home, relax, count my money. I made over 100 million. Count my money and see if it's worth me coming back. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. Well, from what you experienced in there, what would you rate his punching power? Not too much. He don't hit no hard. I just don't know how my face start to just get swole. I don't know, man. Check his gloves. Did they check his gloves? I mean, hey, Crawford started to beat these motherfuckers up, dog. And they say, oh, he don't hit that hard. No, he don't hit no hard. Well, it sure enough looked that way on your face. I know. Check his gloves. It might have brass knuckles, something. I'm just saying, he just have to jump out and show him, man. And from what we understand, this fight's going to be at the T-Mobile. Oh, man. Those good old memories now. Is that fight going to be in Vegas at the T-Mobile? Oh, my goodness. Crawford is about to be immortalized, enshrined in the goddamn pantheon of boxing. Coming out of this Canelo fight victorious. Oh, wait. Shawty what? Shawty what? Shawty what? This man's about to goddamn have a movie did out there. Well, we can't jump the gun, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Because when he go in there and beat Canelo ass, it's only one Black Panther after that. They're going to have Crawford playing that himself in that bitch. He going to be Black Panther based off original true story. Coming to a theater near you. You Canelo fans, don't take this personal. Y'all have had it all too well. Y'all be on some bullshit sometime. And don't try to make this a race thing now. Just keep it on boxing. I know it's difficult, knowing that Omaha monster is going to be stomping on your boy. But look, you too shall understand what happened to the Spence fans shall pass over you also. You're going to get over this. You're going to get over it. You always have moments like this in boxing, they're Canelo fans. You always have moments like this where you just don't get what you want. It's okay. Derrick James was so aggravated with Bud. Yeah, man. And you remember when Derrick James grabbed Crawford's glove and he tried to do a impromptu investigation. He wanted to think he was Billy Collins Sr. Like he was gonna freaking find something out. Like, oh, I know it can't be just him. Because he ain't fought nobody. I know it just can't be Crawford. Let me get these gloves. I need to feel these gloves. Commissioner, can you impound these gloves? It just seems like if something's not there. I think some padding being removed. It's gonna be at the Raiders Stadium. It is? Say it ain't so. They gonna have it at the Raiders Stadium? God damn. God damn, bro. And just to think, we was headed back to the scene of the crime. Damn. I thought for sure, man, that we was headed back to the scene of the crime. Damn. Hey, the Raiders Stadium ain't that bad, man. They go in there and get that money. I wish them but the best, for them dudes. But ultimately, it's time. We ain't passing torches. No, it's time to make a statement for those naysayers that say this fight wasn't gonna happen. It's weight classes for a reason. I hate when humans just repeat shit like we're still on cassette tapes. I hate that shit. Like we still on cassette tapes, man. We're still on record. We're still spinning records, man. They say the same shit over and over again. No, you're smarter than that, man. We need a Canelo fanboy global meltdown, witness protection program. Get ready. Hey, man, them cats are already melting down. That's why, they always look. The Canelo fans always have to come over here and have Mexican in their title. They can't just come over here with regular names. They always try to make it about Mexico versus the world. Just come over here with your regular shit. Why all y'all come over here with MEX? I mean, you don't hear us out here with USA on that motherfucker. Shit. I mean, come on, bro. Stop with the nonsense, man. Appreciate you, Blue. It said it's going to be a new crime scene. Man, I'm just saying, Blue. I'd rather go back to the original. It's so much history now and DNA. I mean, that's the first time Red Cross has basically said we don't need any more donations for a full month. They collected so much, man. Hemoglobin. Hey, man, you know how blood once you know how blood is blue inside you, right? And once it hits oxygen, turn red. Crawford was busting that boy up so bad that some of the blood they found out on the canvas was still blue. Hey, man, I can't make this shit up, dog. I'm like, no, how can that be, man? They say time blood hits orange red. How can you still say it's some blue blood? It was, man. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a clot or something, man. We did find blue still on the canvas. This is the truth. We're not lying. Facts, MF repeat the same shit like Bud got hurt by Gamboa. Man, ain't you tired of that shit? And look, I think Spence fight should have wiped all that away. Gamboa's name should have been out the picture anyway. He was undefeated at the time, but that's neither here nor there because they don't even want to recognize that. But the fact that they still bring it up prior to Spence, that fight right there should have just wiped everything away. I mean, that should have omitted a lot of the common shit that they said, like he ain't fought nobody. That went away until cats like Canelo want to bring it back up. Just to say, okay, it's okay for me to say that Crawford's being nice to me, but I can take shots with him. Up here taking shots on Sway in the morning, talking about he easy work. It's okay for him to do it, but nobody else can do it if you want to fight with him. Nah, bro. It's time. 2025 all the way live, man. This is the year that Crawford shocks the world again. You know what I'm saying? He said he gonna show y'all how great he is, whether y'all believe it or not, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, 2025, I will show the world once again how great I am. Some of you might want to goddamn pay attention. That's all I'm saying. So you might want to pay attention with that. You might want to pay attention. But I'm definitely going to watch this fight. Yeah, man. I'm going for So Cold. Yeah, I got some wagers on that. man. I got some wagers on that. Let me put that up for playback game. Hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, man. We should do it again another time, another